Welcome to my biology class, and today let us go with fungi, the third kingdom under Whittaker classification. Fungi are something very unique creatures, and study of this is called mycology. And when you talk about their cell structure, cell, they are from unicellular yeast to multicellular forms, albugo, mucor, kind. See, Whittaker has placed all the unicellular eukaryotes under Protista, but here the yeast is still, it is the unicellular, he has just kept it under fungi. And when you talk about their nutrition mode, they are absolutely heterotrophs. Not a single fungi is capable of making their own food. And in this you have parasites, saprophytes and symbionts. Now, what parasite means? They live on a living body. Sometimes they cause diseases. And saprophytes are the one which lives on the dead and decayed thing, and then they consume their organic content and they thrive. And symbiont, they are symbiont, two species are living mutually benefited with each other. In this case, lichens, they associate with algal partner. Mycorrhiza, the fungi which lives on the root system of some higher category, sometime in pteridophytes, in gymnosperm, angiosperm like. Their body structure, the body is a thread like filament. Previously it was under Thallophyta, so thallus ribbon like body. That ribbon is called hyphae. This is the hyphae. If more cluster of hyphae, then it is called mycelium. Cluster means it is mycelium. When you talk about the cellular level, see, sometimes the thalli, that is this hyphae with septum, they have a septa. Septa means wall, partition. If there is a septum, then it is called the septate thalli. With this septum, they have a uninucleate condition, or the very primitive kind of a fungi. Sometimes there won't be any septa, it will be like this, without any septum, but more number of nucleus will be there. More number. In this condition, aseptate, with more number of nucleus, it is called shenocytic thalli. Okay. So, when you talk about the cell wall is something very special made up of chitin. It is a polysaccharide, and this wall, the intermediate septum, will have a pore. The pore, in the sense I just draw, this is the condition, septum, this is the pore, simple pore, this one. Or sometimes they have a covering like this. This is called dolypore. If it is present, dolypore septum. Understood? And this is about their general structure. Sometimes the hypha, that is the mycelium, will be penetrating down, going vertically down. Rhizoidal hyphae, like just like a root system, it fixes on the substratum. Rhizoidal hyphae once it goes. Otherwise, these are all general vegetative body. When you go with the reproduction is of all the three types: vegetative, asexual and sexual. You know what vegetative? Just this thallus, this hypha is undergoing some fragment. Sometimes it will get cut, and each cut portion will become a new plant. Budding, in yeast you could have seen small buds would be formed, like they'll be forming a chain of budding. Each bud will cut and then it will lead a separate life. Fission is like we have seen in bacteria, like this is the thalli, they just have a small cleavage here, and then they cut and it will become two different plant. So that happens with fission, binary fission kind. And when you go with the asexual reproduction, there is a variety of spores formed during asexual. There is no intervening of two sexes, just from the thalli. Simply it will be just growing if the food is excess, and then they go and form a spores. And the spores may be conidiospores, sporangiospores, aplanospores, chlamydospores and zoospores. Here the spores are very unique. Spores shape also vary, sometimes round, sometimes sickle shape, sometimes flask shape. The spores are variety in fungi and very good looking too. And some spores are having a thick wall with the flagella, thick wall without flagella, or sometimes very thin wall without flagella. So that's what I specifically written here. Conidospores, and they are non-motile, no flagella, simply round bodies. And here sporangiospores also non-motile, no flagella. Aplanospores have got a special wall over with non-motile nature. So they too don't have a flagella. And chlamydospores, and they are thick walled, here non-motile. This means here it is thin walled, here the wall is very thick. And zoospores are motile. The motile in the sense the spores may be having a flagella like this, or they'll have a flagella in a lateral direction like this. Here also you could say that they are heterocont flagella, in the sense sometimes one flagella is tinsel type, another flagella is whiplash type. This also seen in asexual spores. When you come down to sexual reproduction, this is actually very elaborate. Sometimes the thalli alone will be just coming and contacting, and the two nucleus will be meeting and become a diploid, and so directly the thalli will act like a reproductive organ. Sometimes a special reproductive organ forms. Sometimes a special spores can be formed. So there are some varieties, and the gametangial contact and copulation and the spore formation is there. So here simply I am just giving you a very minute details about. They are isogamous kind. See, both the gametes are morphologically and physiologically similar. Morphology means the shape, physiology means the function. Say they both are non-motile, they don't have a flagella. So they both are morphologically same, physiologically same. They are called isogamous kind. When you come down to anisogamous, morphologically they are different, physiologically same. See, both are lacking their flagella, but one is big. Usually the bigger one is considered to be female, one is big and one is small. So morphologically they are different, physiologically they are same, anisogamous. Oogamous means both the type, like both morphology and physiology differ. See, this is the female gamete, bigger in size, and this is the male gamete, smaller in size. And this doesn't have a flagella, non-motile, and this has a flagella, motile. So this will come and contact this, but this is stagnant. This is oogamous type. So in sexual reproduction, they will be producing spores. They also have a variety. They are zygospores. From the zygote it will come, and basidiomycetes will make basidiospores. Ascomycetes will make ascospores. But here the very important thing in exam point of view, when you consider this sexual cycle, this is very important. With a small diagram I will explain. I said it is haploid thalli because very primitive category. They are all the plant kingdom. So when you consider the entire plant kingdom, previously it was very primitive. Now only it has been placed in a separate category. So the thalli is generally haploid. It will be like this. Generally haploid thalli. So aplontic life cycle. Most of their life cycle they spent in haploid. So when they go for a sexual union, what they do is they'll be dissolving the cell wall, and this protoplasm and this protoplasm is just coming closer. Here one, so they are fusing. The fusion of protoplasm, plasmogamy. After this, what happened? They see, once the protoplasm fuses means obviously the nucleus have to come closer with each other. and they'll fuse, but here they just come and they remain like this for some time. Sometime immediately they'll fuse, or sometime weeks together, months together, they'll be like this. So two nucleus stage, this is called dikaryon stage. After this dikaryon nucleus will be fusing with, and they just fuse, and this is the next stage. So after fusing, now this is, I said, haploid thalli. So two haploid nucleus and they become diploid. Okay, now this diploid is considered to be a zygote. Just think, and this is a zygote. This zygote is undergoing meiosis. It is not undergoing mitosis, no embryology, nothing. It is just undergoing meiosis. The meiosis outcome is 4 spores. So they will be producing 4 spores. The spores may be of basidio or zygospores or anything. And each spore fall on the substratum and develop as a different thalli. So there are the formation of a thalli like this. So here this is called as sporic meiosis. That is, the spores are formed out of meiotic division, sporic meiosis. This is something very special, and exam point of view this is very important. So in this video I have just compiled the general account of the fungi, and you will be going through the basidiomycetes, ascomycetes, deuteromycetes and phycomycetes, and some special features where the same terms would be repeated, but everything has got their unique feature that we will discuss in the next video. And if you have any doubt on this, you please put it in the comment section and we'll meet, and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.